Welcome to my channel. Before you do anything else, stop for one moment and ask yourself one question. If your life never changed from this day forward, would you truly be happy with where you are 1 year from now? That question may feel uncomfortable, but the answer has the power to change everything. Imagine waking up tomorrow with a stronger mind, greater confidence, better habits, and a clear purpose that drives every decision you make. Imagine becoming the person who no longer fears failure, no longer waits for the perfect moment, and no longer allows excuses to control the future. Now, imagine the opposite. Imagine another year passing while your dreams remain the same, your fears grow stronger, and your opportunities slowly disappear because you never decided to act. The difference between these two futures is not talent, luck, intelligence, or money. The difference is the way you think every single day. Stay with me until the very end, because each lesson builds on the one before it, and the final message could become the turning point that changes the direction of your entire life. The most successful people in the world are not simply born different. They choose to think differently, act differently, and live differently. They understand that every great achievement begins with a small decision that nobody notices. Every remarkable success starts long before the applause, the recognition, or the rewards appear. It begins in the quiet moments when nobody is watching, when discipline is more important than motivation, and when faith is stronger than fear. Most people spend their lives searching for shortcuts, hoping success will arrive quickly without sacrifice. They dream about a better future but continue repeating the same habits every single day. Then they wonder why nothing changes. Successful people know that dreams without action remain nothing more than wishes. They refuse to allow comfort to become the enemy of their potential. Instead of asking how easy life can become, they ask how much they can improve. They understand that today's small choices create tomorrow's reality. Every page they read increases their knowledge. Every workout strengthens their body and mind. Every new skill they learn creates opportunities that did not exist yesterday. Every positive habit becomes another step toward the future they want to build. While others wait for perfect conditions, successful people begin with whatever they have. They know that the perfect moment rarely arrives. Action creates opportunities that waiting never will. One of the greatest differences between ordinary people and extraordinary people is the ability to think beyond the present moment. Most people only focus on today's comfort. They avoid difficult work because they want immediate pleasure. They spend valuable time chasing distractions instead of investing in their future. Successful people understand that temporary comfort often creates permanent regret. Before making an important decision, they ask themselves one simple but life-changing question. Will this choice bring me closer to the person I want to become? That single question transforms the way they live because every decision becomes connected to their future instead of their current emotions. They understand that reading for 20 minutes today may not seem important, but reading consistently for a year can completely transform the way they think. Saving a little money each month may seem small now, but over time, it creates freedom and security. Practicing a skill every day may feel repetitive, but those small improvements eventually separate experts from beginners. They never underestimate the power of consistency because they know greatness is built through daily actions repeated over long periods of time. They also understand that success is usually invisible before it becomes visible. Just as a seed grows deep roots beneath the ground before anyone sees the first green leaf, personal growth happens quietly before the results appear. Many people quit because they cannot see immediate progress. Successful people continue because they trust the process. They know that every day of discipline strengthens their future, even when today's results seem small. They understand that patience is not waiting without action. Patience is continuing to work with confidence even when success has not yet arrived. Every challenge they overcome builds resilience. Every difficult decision develops character. Every obstacle teaches wisdom that cannot be learned from easy victories. Instead of becoming discouraged by slow progress, they become encouraged because they know lasting success takes time. They refuse to compare their beginning with someone else's finish. Their only competition is the person they were yesterday. Every morning they wake up asking how they can become stronger, wiser, kinder, and more disciplined than before. They celebrate progress instead of demanding perfection because they understand that perfection does not exist. Improvement is the true goal. One better habit today becomes a better lifestyle tomorrow. One courageous decision creates another opportunity. One positive thought replaces years of self doubt. They know that every successful life is built one decision at a time, and they choose to make each decision count because they understand that the future is never created by chance. It is created by the thoughts you believe, the habits you repeat, and the actions you choose every single day. The second habit of people who create extraordinary lives is learning to focus on solutions instead of problems. Every person experiences failure, disappointment, rejection, and unexpected challenges. No one is completely free from difficult seasons. The real difference is not the number of obstacles people face, but the attitude they choose when those obstacles appear. Many people allow problems to control their thinking. They spend hours complaining about situations they cannot change. They blame other people, bad luck, the economy, or their past. The more they complain, the more powerless they become. Their confidence slowly disappears because they begin believing that success belongs only to fortunate people. Successful individuals refuse to think this way. They understand that every challenge carries a lesson, and every lesson creates an opportunity for growth. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What is this situation trying to teach me?" Instead of saying, "This is impossible," they ask, "What is the next step I can take?" Those simple questions completely change their direction because they move their attention away from fear and toward action. They understand that worrying has never solved a problem, but taking one positive step can begin changing everything. Every mistake becomes valuable experience. Every setback becomes preparation for something greater. Every difficult moment strengthens patience, wisdom, and resilience. They realize that life is not testing them to make them weaker. Life is preparing them to become stronger than they ever imagined. Just like gold becomes pure only after passing through intense fire, strong character is developed by overcoming difficult circumstances. Successful people welcome challenges because they know comfort never creates greatness. They also understand that some things will always remain beyond their control. They cannot change the past, control other people's opinions, or predict every event that will happen tomorrow. Instead of wasting precious energy worrying about those things, they focus on what they can influence today. They improve their attitude, strengthen their discipline, increase their knowledge, sharpen their skills, and make better decisions. This mindset gives them confidence because they know that although they cannot control every situation, they can always control how they respond. Another habit that separates successful people from everyone else is emotional control. When problems appear, many people panic and make decisions based on fear. Successful people pause, breathe, observe the situation carefully, and think clearly before acting. They understand that emotional decisions often create bigger problems, while calm thinking leads to better solutions. They refuse to allow temporary emotions to create permanent consequences. Instead, they develop the habit of remaining steady during uncertainty because they know clear thinking is one of the greatest advantages anyone can possess. They also recognize the importance of surrounding themselves with positive influences. They spend time with people who inspire them to grow instead of encouraging excuses. They choose conversations that challenge their thinking, books that increase their wisdom, and environments that support their dreams. They know negative attitudes spread quickly, just like positive attitudes do. That is why they carefully protect their mindset every single day. They understand that the people they spend time with will eventually influence the standards they accept for their own lives. Another lesson successful people never forget is taking action before everything feels perfect. Many dreams remain unfinished because people spend years waiting for the perfect opportunity. They believe they need more confidence, more knowledge, or better circumstances before they begin. Successful people understand that confidence grows through action, not before it. They start with the knowledge they already have, learn from experience, improve through mistakes, and continue moving forward. Every small action teaches them something that endless planning never could. Every completed step creates momentum for the next one. They know that progress always defeats perfection because progress creates growth, while perfection often creates procrastination. They also understand that every solution begins with one courageous decision to move instead of standing still. The road may not always be easy, and success may not arrive as quickly as they hope, but they continue because they trust the process. They know that each challenge they overcome prepares them for greater opportunities waiting ahead. Instead of seeing obstacles as walls that stop them, they see them as bridges leading toward a stronger future. This mindset allows them to remain hopeful during difficult times, confident during uncertain moments, and determined when others choose to quit. By focusing on solutions, controlling their emotions, protecting their mindset, taking consistent action, and believing that every obstacle contains an opportunity, they continue moving forward while others remain trapped by fear. They understand that success is never about having a perfect life. It is about developing the courage, wisdom, and determination to keep moving forward regardless of the challenges standing in the way. The third habit that separates successful people from everyone else is taking complete responsibility for their lives. This single decision changes everything because the moment you stop blaming your circumstances, you begin taking control of your future. Many people spend years waiting for life to become easier. They blame their past, their education, their family, the economy, or the opportunities they never received. While those challenges may be real, successful people understand that focusing on what cannot be changed only steals the power to improve what can. They choose a different path. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" they ask, "What can I do today to make tomorrow better?" That simple question transforms them from victims of circumstance into creators of opportunity. They understand that responsibility is not about carrying guilt for the past. It is about accepting the power to shape the future. Every decision they make becomes another brick in the foundation of the life they are building. They stop waiting for someone to motivate them because they know motivation comes and goes. Instead, they build discipline. Discipline becomes the engine that keeps them moving when excitement disappears. They wake up with purpose, manage their time wisely, complete important tasks before distractions, and remain committed even when progress feels slow. They understand that success is not created on the days when everything feels easy. Success is created on the difficult days when most people choose to quit. Every time they continue despite discomfort, they become mentally stronger than they were before. They also understand the incredible value of learning from mistakes instead of fearing them. Every successful person has failed many times. The difference is that they never allow failure to define who they are. When something goes wrong, they honestly examine the situation, identify the lesson, improve their approach, and move forward with greater wisdom. They know that every mistake contains valuable information. Failure is not proof that they are incapable. It is proof that they are trying, growing, and gaining experience that cannot be learned from success alone. Instead of hiding from failure, they embrace it as one of life's greatest teachers. Another habit they develop is protecting their mindset from negativity. They know that whatever fills the mind eventually shapes actions. If they constantly listen to negative opinions, endless complaints, and hopeless conversations, their confidence begins to disappear. That is why they become intentional about the information they consume every day. They read books that inspire growth, listen to educational content, learn from successful people, and surround themselves with individuals who encourage progress instead of excuses. They understand that positive thinking is not pretending problems do not exist. Positive thinking is believing that every problem has a solution if they remain patient, determined, and willing to learn. They also practice gratitude every single day. Gratitude reminds them to appreciate how far they have already come instead of focusing only on how far they still have to go. This attitude gives them strength during difficult seasons because they realize every challenge is preparing them for something greater. Successful people also refuse to compare themselves with others. They understand that every person has a unique journey, different opportunities, and different timing. Comparing your beginning to someone else's success only creates unnecessary discouragement. Instead, they compare today's version of themselves with yesterday's version. Their goal is simple: become a little stronger, a little wiser, a little kinder, and a little more disciplined every single day. Those small improvements may seem insignificant in the moment, but over months and years, they create extraordinary transformation. They know that greatness is never achieved through one giant leap. It is built through thousands of small decisions repeated consistently. Another lesson they never forget is that opportunities rarely arrive without preparation. While others spend their free time complaining or wasting valuable hours, successful people continue improving their skills, increasing their knowledge, and preparing for opportunities that have not yet appeared. They understand that when preparation meets opportunity, people call it luck. But luck is often nothing more than years of quiet effort finally becoming visible. They continue working even when nobody notices because they know true success is built behind the scenes long before the world celebrates it. Most importantly, successful people never stop believing in the person they are becoming. They know they are not defined by yesterday's mistakes or today's difficulties. They believe that every new day brings another opportunity to improve, another chance to grow, and another decision that can change the direction of their future. They understand that responsibility, discipline, continuous learning, gratitude, and consistent action are the habits that transform ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. That is why they continue moving forward with courage, confidence, and determination, knowing that every positive choice they make today brings them one step closer to becoming the person they have always dreamed of becoming. The fourth and final habit of truly successful people is that they never stop learning and they never allow failure to become the final chapter of their story. They understand that success is not a destination where growth comes to an end. Instead, it is a lifelong journey of learning, improving, adapting, and becoming a better version of themselves every single day. Many people believe education ends when they leave school, finish college, or complete a course, but successful people know that real education never stops. Every book they read, every conversation they have, every challenge they overcome, every mistake they make, and every experience they gain teaches them something valuable. They remain curious because they understand that knowledge is one investment that always pays the greatest return. Money can disappear, careers can change, businesses may fail, and opportunities may come and go, but the knowledge, wisdom, and skills you develop remain with you forever. That is why they dedicate time every day to learning something new. They read books that expand their thinking, listen to inspiring podcasts, watch educational content, study successful people, and constantly search for new ideas that help them grow. They know that small lessons learned consistently become powerful advantages over time. Another habit that separates successful people from everyone else is the way they respond to failure. Most people fear failure because they believe it proves they are not capable of succeeding. Successful people understand something completely different. They know that failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is one of the greatest teachers on the road to success. Every mistake provides valuable feedback. Every setback reveals an area that needs improvement. Every disappointment builds patience, resilience, and wisdom. Instead of asking, "Why did I fail?" they ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" That one simple question transforms disappointment into growth. They realize that nearly every successful entrepreneur, athlete, inventor, artist, and leader experienced rejection, criticism, setbacks, and failure long before achieving greatness. The only difference is that they refused to quit. They learned from every experience, adjusted their plans, improved their skills, and continued moving forward with greater confidence than before. Successful people also understand that fear is a natural part of growth. They never wait until fear disappears before taking action because they know courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward even when fear is present. Every difficult decision they make increases their confidence. Every obstacle they overcome strengthens their character. Every challenge they accept prepares them for even greater opportunities in the future. Instead of allowing fear to control their lives, they use it as proof that they are leaving their comfort zone and becoming stronger every single day. Another powerful habit they develop is valuing time more than temporary pleasure. They understand that time is the most valuable resource in life because it can never be replaced. Money lost today can be earned again, but time wasted is gone forever. Because of this, they become intentional about how they spend each day. They focus on meaningful work, healthy habits, personal growth, valuable relationships, and activities that move them closer to their goals. They avoid distractions that consume hours without improving their future. They also choose their environment carefully because they know the people around them influence their thinking, habits, and attitude. They spend time with individuals who inspire growth, encourage learning, and challenge them to become better instead of settling for average. Positive relationships help them stay motivated during difficult seasons and remind them that success is possible through patience, discipline, and consistency. Most importantly, successful people never stop believing in their own potential. They understand that talent may provide a starting point, but dedication, discipline, persistence, and continuous learning determine how far they will go. They never compare their journey with someone else's because they know every person has a different path, different timing, and different experiences. Instead, they compare themselves with the person they were yesterday and focus on becoming just a little better every single day. Those small improvements eventually create extraordinary achievements. As you reach the end of this message, remember the 4 powerful habits that can completely transform your life. Think beyond today instead of chasing temporary comfort. Focus on solutions instead of problems. Take complete responsibility for your future instead of making excuses. Never stop learning and never allow failure to define who you are. If you practice these habits every day, your mindset will become stronger, your confidence will grow, your decisions will become wiser, and your future will become brighter than you can imagine today. Thank you for watching till the very end. If this message inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs encouragement today. Subscribe to the channel for more motivational English graded readers and continue investing in yourself every single day. Always remember this powerful truth. Your future is not created by luck, talent, or perfect circumstances. Your future is created by the thoughts you choose, the habits you build, the lessons you learn, and the actions you repeat every single day. The moment you decide to improve yourself is the moment your greatest success begins. Your best life is waiting for you, and the perfect time to begin creating it is not tomorrow, not next week, and not someday. The perfect time is right now.